Hi, howdy ho there. I'm back. It's been a little bit, probably. Well, yeah, it has. It's been a while since I've bothered to record anything. Damn cat. Okay, fine. Cat wanted to be let out of the door. There you go. Anyways, Isaac, the binding of... I've done a little bit of off-camera gaming. I now have this little guy. Ignore that win streak. Let's just go murder delirium, hopefully. Okay, well that's not great. Oh my, that actually does more damage than I remember. Alright, fine. It's not that good, but... Now, the convenient thing about this guy is he can fly, which there are entire items that just do that, to give you an idea of how great that is. Yep, that was easy. That's what's great about this little guy, Azazel, Azael. I don't know. I'm not very good at pronunciations. Oh. Ooh. Not worth it yet. What do I talk about today? There are a few options. Why did I do that? That is actually just... That is a potential active detriment to the run. Oh, key. Yay. Well, let's start with where I've been for the past, like, 2 weeks. Simple, really. I didn't want to record, so I didn't. That's it. I do wonder if this is open. Nope. I don't remember the rules regarding that, so... I know it's something to do with low health, but... You know, there's a lot to talk about in the modern world, so I shouldn't be struggling here to come up with a topic. Got a new microphone, for one, you might have noticed, because my headset microphone, which is still here, because it's part of my headphones, is broken. Lovely. Why am I struggling so much? This is an easy character. I could blame it on bad luck. I mean, I'm not getting exactly amazing items this run, but, you know, it's no excuse when you start with basically brimstone. Slightly worse, but basically brimstone. been reading One Piece still, and it's going great. I'm loving it still. Made it to Wano, and Wano is, as you'd expect, pretty packed. It's very dense. It's like 10 volumes too, which is a lot. I'll make it to Elbaf at this rate pretty soon, so that's nice. I actually am very curious. I've been avoiding spoilers, which I don't do for most things. Usually I don't care, but you know, One Piece has become one of those things where I'm actually choosing to genuinely avoid spoilers. That's great. Something I've been seeing recently, completely off topic, is feels like even recently the internet's become a lot more of a hostile place. And what I want to mention specifically is creative discussion spaces. What do I mean by that? Like, well, you know, what is creativity? Well, creativity online. It's everything people make all the time. You see it everywhere. Shows, videos, you know, little YTPs. All of those are creative works in nature. And what I've noticed online relatively recently, and you know, I might just be late to this, as I tend to be with a lot of things, just become a lot less reasonable. People talking about these things. I mean, I could give examples, but I don't want to, like, you know, bring my opinions into this. But just to say, people have gotten, like, problematically opinionated about everything in these spaces where you're supposed to be discussing creative works of all kinds. And it's very upsetting, because I love, as a person on the internet, I love pretty much everything on here to some extent. And it's always disappointing to see it's a bit annoying and upsetting to see people just, like, discuss these things in such bad faith. It's so disappointing. You know? Because as someone who wants to see more creative works online and more, you know, people trying to do something, even if it's not something everyone likes, or it's very flawed, or even if it's just bad, I think it's important that, you know, you try. But we're creating an environment on the internet, everyone is to some extent at this rate, that people are encouraged to try and avoid being creative and making things just at all. You know, the way people discuss it, it's always so, like, straightforward and objective. They refuse, and I do mean, like, blatantly refuse, start getting hostile towards anyone who brings up acknowledging merit in things that even are generally considered bad, or aren't even generally considered bad, but they exist in a space where they think that they're generally considered bad. And it's just, like, it's so saddening, right? It makes me very depressed to see this happen. If you want to criticize something online or anywhere, that's cool, right? That's totally epic. That's actually a good thing. But when you also don't want to hear anyone out who says that it's not bad, or disagrees with you, or wants to bring up something that they thought was good about it, then you're not only not engaging in what anyone would call a genuine discussion, you are actively creating a situation and an environment where people are discouraged from making anything. because you're putting a situation up where you only want to discuss one end of things. And this goes for positivity, too. There are so many echo chambers where something's just purely complimented without regard for its faults, and its faults are refused to be acknowledged. It's all, like, less so, oddly enough, than the criticism. Because, yes, the criticism echo chambers do seem, to me at least, to be far more abundant. You know, it's all just sort of... It's also weird to me, because I could have sworn, like, just a couple of years ago, people were so much more civil about it. And, you know, again, that might just be me, you know, being kind of late to the party on all this hostility, but it's so weird, because I thought, like, even just a couple years ago, people were willing to engage in, like, genuine discussion way more than they are now. And, you know, that could just be a bit of nostalgia for, you know, things I used to like more. And, you know, criticism has also come around to, of all things, AI more. You can't escape it. It's like a flood or tsunami, and you don't have a car, because there's no such thing as cars yet. You know, it's like the 1800s and there's a tsunami coming. You know, there's no way to get away from it, you know? I'm sick. Well, I'm not really sick. I was sick for a little while, and then I got better. But that doesn't change the fact that there seems to be something in the air over here. Oh, those are some great pickups. You know, I'm just disappointed in the end. I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm disappointed in everyone, because the fact that people have chosen to be this heart stuck on their ideas, and have decided, in a world where there is so much joy to be had from discussion, to not discuss. It's awful to me. I'm also just curious how it happened. You know? Because I could have sworn, I'm going in circles, but I could have sworn this wasn't the case not very long ago. But what am I going to do about it, you know? Meh. Fucked it up again. Damn. But, like, can folks just please get better about this? This has become... Like, it's kind of funny also to make fun of people online, but there's a certain point where it becomes so mean-spirited and, like, so genuinely, like, hateful that I just can't imagine how anyone got to that point. I can't imagine how anyone became like that. I want to think that it's like the fault of something or other, right? But that's a very naive way of thinking, in my opinion. Because there are a lot of things that go into something like this happening. Right? I think there are definitely anchor events that you could point to as, like, somewhat causing this, but you can't really blame them entirely past a certain point. And it's like, it snowballs in a weird way too. I think, and this is a bit of a parroted opinion to be fair, but I think the corporatization of the internet has something to do with how aggressive people have become on here. You know, just the amount of, you know, encouragement for money over sincerity started snowballing into this because, and just let me explain my logic here for a second. We start with, you know, the obvious part of money over sincerity, and that's people clickbaiting and getting more inflammatory with statements to get more, you know, widespread discussion going on. And that's where it starts, right? That's where we start off. And then people start, you know, making this aggression by being more aggressive towards others, because conflict sells. And then that conflict sort of seeps its way into the minds of people who trust people on the internet as authority figures. And then, you know, those people who have taken those opinions as fact start parroting them more, and they start finding reasons to be upset and hate people, hate things, and not hear anyone out more and more. And those reasons can even be valid, but can ignore counter reasons or counterpoints or other things and factors. It's spirals like that until we all become far more petty, spiteful individuals, because we sort of just absorb the ideologies of those around us. And that's a totally human thing to do. I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong for happening. I'm just happy to point out that that happens often because we're human, and as people we don't always look past each other, because to a certain point the spread of this has also, oddly enough, comes from people's sincerity, inherent sincerity, in my opinion. This is my opinion. You're welcome to criticize my opinion. And when this happens, when we all get so I don't want to say radicalized, because that's a bit of an extreme term, but like to a certain extent, yes, radicalized. I think that this could be considered radicalization. I'm going to die. Please. Oh. Oh, this was a great run too. We become less sincere as well, because we also then get radicalized with the idea that you know, there's so much dishonesty among people, and there's a lot of dishonesty. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of lying on the internet, and I'm just throwing this. I need to restart. But when this happens, we all become sort of terrible people. And I won't lie, I'm guilty of this. I have definitely parroted opinions without thinking, just to be spiteful. I definitely get angry at things that disagree with me justly. But the important part is to remember that I'm not actually valid in those feelings because I'm just being stupid and moving on. That's the important part of all this. It's the important thing to take away is you can do better. And it starts with an intellectual understanding of why you're wrong and applying that to what you see, and eventually it internalizes, at least in my experience. And you feel better for it. You actually are a lot happier, just being in spaces for it. That's just what I think is the case. But hey, I could just be entirely wrong about everything I just said. And you know what? Best way to not be an idiot about it is to hear other people out on what their thoughts are. Do you think that the internet has become a severely less sincere and more hostile place? You don't have to. I feel like that's a common opinion, but I've definitely seen sincerity on the internet still, I'll say against myself. I definitely see people, continuing to be reasonable and, well-meaning in their sentiments. Ooh, devil deal? Damage is pretty nice. I'm taking a risk, a really big risk, but this might go well for me. Oh, wow. Oh, I forgot that's what that does. Look at all that bandage. We are so back. This run is actually going pretty well now. That'll be fine for now. Better to have a trinket that is technically a positive than no trinket or one that actively screws you over, Yeah. Oh, okay, that kind of felt like I didn't touch that, but okay. Ooh! Okay. Luck is kind of important, so it's a bit of a shame to have luck down, but that'll be fine. And that's not exactly a great starting item. But you know what? It'll be okay. This starting with some health is okay. That was just dumb of me. Starting with some health is a good place to start with Azazel, because it means you can do devil deals. Yippee! Oh, that's a nice return. All right. Does nothing. All right. Anyways, what do you think of the new mic? I hope it sounds good. It's a clip-on instead of a headphone mic. So it hangs on my shirt, right under my chin, but it should be still good. I also don't record as much because I live in a house with a bunch of people, and at some point it was fine. But given how much more I want to talk in my videos, I've kind of don't want to bother people who are like doing work next to me. So right now and for next week, I'm going to have a lot more time to record. Doesn't mean you're going to be getting a lot of videos. Just means we're going to be going back to the one a day situation for a little while. And yeah. Also, the reason I'm playing Binding of Isaac is because it's a game I've been playing a lot recently, and you know, it did very well. I won't lie. I did want to attach my opinions on the current state of the internet to a video that's more likely to get more views by historical statistics. I don't even know, because I make really lazy thumbnails, if you couldn't tell by the MS Paint stuff. Oh, dear. Kind of wish I could have this. It would actually be like a really awesome item to... Okay, that was just me being stupid. So this means every second shot is going to be slightly enhanced. Something like that. It's nice. I've never actually finished this game. It's massive. If you haven't played The Binding of Isaac, if you get all the DLC up to Repentance Plus, it's huge. The game is so long. And in order to actually get everything, literally just to unlock all the items you can find on runs, you have to do pretty much everything with every character and play the like 50-something challenges, I think. There are a lot of them. I don't even have all of them. You need to unlock them. And I don't really like the challenges very much. The 3 most recent Binding of Isaac videos on this channel are all about how much I don't like April Fools, which is a challenge you kind of need to play to make one of the characters a lot better. I will not deny. It's a massive... Oh, by the way, yeah, it is just one character that gets improved. That ain't bad. Seraphim ain't bad. Kind of wish I had more damage ups this run. But nay, 'twas not meant to be. There's a chance one of these drops a really good trinket. One that I didn't used to know was very good because I didn't have item descriptions and I didn't know what it did. But now I know is absolutely incredible, especially if you get a certain... Alright. How long has this video been going on for? Alright, still got a while to go. Which is a shame because I kind of threw out the big opinion that I've been itching to, you know, just get off my chest, even if it's not too creative or interesting. Yeah. No one ever watches these videos all the way through. I can see the average retention. It's non-existent. But, you know, I am just kind of glad to make these. And, you know, if you do watch all the way through, if you have gotten to this point, thank you for doing that. It's very nice of you. And also, I've actually been saying things in this video that aren't just like little blurbs. That's a great word. I like the word blurb. It's fun. I know that technically a blurb is the part of that little basic description on the back or in the first pages of a book that describes what the book's about, Or even just a visual novel. Every kind of book, actually. Visual novels are books. What am I saying? Oh. Oh. Ooh, money. But no, an ethereal heart here is actually, like, great. I need to get a key, though. Give me a key. No key? No keystrokes? Damn. That's a shame. My luck is just abysmal on some of these runs. There's an item these guys I could get at the end of this fight that would get me a key. I almost just stood over those. That would have been not good. What's great is I don't accidentally hit this mic as much as my headphones mic. Because like I need to scratch my nose sometimes. And when I do, my hand kind of smacks my microphone, or it used to. But now, this little clip-on doesn't have that issue. So that's nice. One of these days I'll learn to edit my videos. One of these days I'll actually bother installing a software to edit my videos as well. And that'll be awesome when it happens, I promise. Like I'll actually try and make these much more entertaining, but that day is not today. Today we're sticking with... Oh, hello, Bumbo. That's actually a little reference to a prequel game sort of thing. To the Binding of Isaac. Oh, finally a key. That's a... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that could not... Actually, was there a key in there? No? Alright. But I don't want to lose Angel Room chance. Those are great. Angel Rooms are great. I think they're better than Devil Deals, usually. Because they do actually get you some pretty great damage ups, health ups. And they don't cost health. That's kind of the entire point. They're also harder to get. Kind of pretty often. Depending on who the character you're playing, I guess. Because some characters can get Angel Rooms pretty easily. That's always great. I do kind of want another key. So I'm going to go look for another key. That's not a key. Though it would be nice to have another key. Nope, not going to be in there. Maybe if I get a secret room. Nope. And it's not going to be this because, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not remembering the shapes of rooms, which is kind of important when you're looking for a secret room. Because, and no keys anyway. Okay, game. I see. I've played this game before. You just want to make me suffer. If I actually knew, more about this, I would not be having these issues. But as of right now, I do have them. And I can take heart in knowing that some pretty good players also would be stuck in situations I've gotten in, so... Yeah. I'm moving soon. This month. It's a shame. Because I actually really like the house that I live in right now. I love this place, like, genuinely. It's not amazing as they come. It's not the best it could be, but, it's a nice place. If it's not in a great area. And I know I'm moving to somewhere that is much better, technically. Less crime. Which is a big help. And, you know, it's by the sea, which is pretty great. And I'll have my own bedroom instead of sleeping in a bedroom with my brother and one wall away from my sister. But you know, I get not nostalgic. I get attached to places and things very easily. So it's just kind of disappointing. When I'm forced to leave a place that I actually do really like. Genuinely, this place is wonderful. This place is lovely, and I don't want to leave, but I have to because I'm still a minor. I can't, you know. Well, that's a shame. I can't, you know, stay where I want to all the time. And, like, I do like the ocean, but I more like looking at it than being there. You know. And what's great, actually, is I'll be uploading more videos. So moving actually benefits you, because I'll maybe get to place my PC setup somewhere more private where I can do my own thing. Which also means I'm gonna probably become a slightly more of a degenerate because of one of those little things you might do with privacy. You know, I have a lot of things I want to do that I just don't do. I don't know why I'm bringing this up now, but you know, I felt like it, so I'm going to. I don't have to answer to any reason. I don't have to explain myself. This is my YouTube channel. I can do what I want. But I just don't do them. Like, I want to draw, right? And I want to write, but I don't do them very often. I'm not very good at them either. Like, I don't have a lot of talent, so I need to practice more. Like, a lot more to get better at them, because I do genuinely want to do those things, but I don't. For some reason, I don't do them. Like, sometimes I do. Every now and then I'll get a little inspiration. And if I stop procrastinating, you'll see at the end of this video, because I've made end cards, shitty little end cards in MS Paint. I already showed you one of them. The last video I forgot to put it up, and I mentioned it in that video, and then I didn't put it up. But chances are you didn't watch that one, so that's nice. Oh, a key. Nice. Not a bad item. Not a bad item at all. You know what? I'll use this just to see. Ooh, yes. Aha, success. Victory. Woohoo. Okay, well that's just kind of okay. But you know what? kind of okay, still better than bad. Ooh, this is actually good to use right now because I have enough money that I might just blow it open and get something nice. Or just some pretty convenient stuff to have, right? Oh, that's not cool, man. Why'd you have to do that to me? I've never actually used this card. I unlocked it, but I never got it. 4. Let me just read its description real quick. Kills Isaac and spawns 10 pickups. I don't think I want that. That just seems kind of like a useless, actively detrimental item unless you have very specific situations arise that benefit you. Oh, nice. Tears and faith up. The Bible's actually a very good active item. Anyways, we're going to the crypt just because I kind of want to do that, and so I'm gonna. You can't stop me. Let me just check the video time real quick. Alright, win or lose, this run's the last one that's going to be in this video. Why does that little portal have so much health? Oh, that's a good one. Finally, some decent items. Anyways, I'm going to need some shops because I have so many coins and nowhere to spend them. I don't really need a slot machine right now. You know what, this can actually give me hearts, so maybe I'll just take that for this room. Sacrifice rooms. They do very good things for you. They're awesome. I have so many cards just on the ground. What am I even going to do with all of them? Do I go for the Mega Satan fight? I don't really know if I want to. Even more money. You see, this is what's awesome about... Also, bums. Bums. They're awesome. They're great. You want to see something crazy? Yeah. That could have gone better, but, you know, it went fine. Maybe I should have saved it for this. Maybe I should have gone and found some health and saved. that dice shard for this fight. All right. That right there is the Mega Satan fight. I don't actually think I'm in any condition to take it. Unless... that didn't actually help that much. So maybe I'll just go for the regular floor boss and call it a game and not really make any progress, but still finish. Never mind. Alright, well that was the Binding of Isaac today. Well, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. This is my new end card. Hope you like it. I have 6 of these. That's a lot. Wait a minute, where's game audio? Don't tell me the game audio hasn't been playing this entire time. I'm gonna have faith that it has. Anyways, that's it for now. Bye-bye!